What's up, everybody? How you guys doing out there? Yeah, here we are. It is vlog day. I feel like I'm copying Grim Green, but honestly, that's the only thing you can really say in all reality. Uh, Live they cried. Yes, live they cried. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, really well. It is Wednesday. It is Hump Day. If you hate that term, I'm sorry. So do I. In all reality. Yeah. So we got some stuff to talk about, news and advocacy and all that type of thing. And I do have a beer, which we are going to be doing. I am excited about this one. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's a good one. I've had like some ones that I like, but I can't see myself drinking always in that kind of situation. So, it is what it is. All right. So, let's just jump into this. Let's just do some what I've been vaping. All right, so what I've been vaping, I have totally jumped off the what's it the squonk train in all reality. So just letting you guys know on that one. I'm getting my screens all set up over here, but yeah, squonking. Kind of got back into it, especially after I received this guy right here. If you guys have been like watching all the other shows and stuff like that I do, that like Stew Crew and like Mr. Just Right and all that kind of thing. Mailbox Wars. I was a recipient of this guy right here, and holy crap, does this thing rip! Honestly, for how little it is and all that type of situation, they R&V Designs makes a really badass little squonk mod. On top of that, I have the Skyfall, that guy right there, and in that I got Fizzy Pop Lemon Citrus. There's a cool story to this. I think it was on one of my vlogs, like back a couple months ago. I had mentioned something about how they make like fizziness in juice. Like, how can they pull it off to where you could taste the fizziness and stuff like that? And my good friend Isa from Grindhouse E-Liquids like messaged me about it, and we were talking about it here and there. And he's like, "There's this really good Sprite juice that I think you should try." And I was like, "Dude, that sounds dope. Where can I get a bottle?" And this is what he was talking about, was Fizzy Pop. And he's all like, "Well, sadly enough, it's discontinued, but I do have some in stock with me. I will try to get it to you at some point." So then, a couple of weeks went by or something like that. And then at NVE, I'm like wandering around. I have some people like, "Hey, Grindhouse is looking for you, dude." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Grindhouse is looking for you." And I like got that a couple of times. And then eventually when he finally found me, he was like, "Bro." And he just handed me the bottle, and I was like, "All right." And I actually like dripped it on something when we were at NVE. I got to try it a little bit, but it's been sitting back there in my juice box. I have like a big container of just juice bottles and things like that. And yeah, he like I just started like vaping on it again since I ran out of the manga bees that I was vaping in this previously. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a really good juice. I'm liking it. It makes me sad to know that they do not make it anymore. And it was a 71-29 mix ratio, which that really throws me off because why not just make round numbers? But whatever, your company, you do whatever you want. Seriously, like that. I'm still like shocked on how much that hits. Really user abuser. Yeah, dude. Hey, if squonking is something you're not interested in, or it's not your thing, it is what it is. Nothing to like really feel shamed about in all reality, because in the end, the point is to stay off cigarettes. That is it. That's really what it boils down to. Hello, Shane Smith. I'm gonna do some quick shout outs since I kind of just started that all of a sudden. What's up, user abuser, dude? Seriously, I appreciate you showing up for all these things, because again, I know it's an awkward time and I'm on like at the weirdest time possible, but it just kind of works for my personal life. What's up, Raven Shadow Vapes? How are you doing? I already asked you once in the chat, but I'm gonna do it again. Let's see. Shane Smith already said hello. Hope you're doing well today. And Mr. Chris Chapman, Mr. Chappie himself. He is part of the morning crew. Oh, Ender's other game. How are you, brother? He's one of my Canadian brothers from up north in like the Ontario area. I like the look, but I'm a diehard mech user, and my mech's no squonky. Well, this is a mech. That's just a piece of copper in there, dude. Here, let me show you. See, it's just straight up copper in there. Hey, it kind of wants to focus. Look at that. Yeah, it's a straight up mech, dude. That's what I like about like most squonks. Like I actually had the Pulse X or whatever the hell that thing was called. It was okay. It just didn't care for the whole regulated thing. I always ended up putting it in bypass mode because that's how I like to vape. Let's see. Squonks, but don't really use them. RTAs are more convenient for me. Oh yeah. I know a lot of people that's why they like RTAs over RDAs and things like that because of convenience. I have this fellow right here. If you guys haven't tried it out, I have a review coming out soon for that. But seriously, just go ahead and get one. Might as well just say it. Yeah, Profile RTA, Profile Unity RTA, Warlock's Hammer. Yeah, that is a parallel mod. And on that, I have My Sweet Dragon from Artist E-Liquids. Artist E-Liquids or Artist Liquids. Not to be confused with Artisan. Let me see. Still appreciate it, user abuser. He said he's here because I'm awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it though, man. Flavor switching time. LL squonking some adore PS passion, which to me is the center of it. To me, it's the center of pumpkin pie. Oh, okay, that actually sounds pretty good. I don't know. I've still yet to try Adore liquids. I've looked at their flavor profiles. I like banana bondage. I'm not a fan of banana, so that doesn't capture my eye. And I probably should look over their website and see what the hell, you know. Let's see. I'm like doing chat and what I've been vaping all at the same time. But yeah, that one, really good stuff. Most people would say do not vape this on a mech because like that mesh just ramps up so hard. But not gonna lie, I'm loving it on the fucking hammer. Once you get that wicking down on the Unity, honestly, it's a badass RTA. Because I did like wick it wrong the first time and then I just messed with it. I was like, hello. Hello, Mr. PoonSauce. How are you, brother? Oh yeah, PoonSauce. You guys go subscribe over to him now or whenever you have the time. He's going to be doing What's in the News PoonSauce later tonight. Hey, brother, if you want to put a link to your YouTube channel, go ahead. Because honestly, you're doing your thing and you're doing an awesome thing over there. We'll probably end up repeating some topics. Not sure, but we'll see. Let me see. What else? Where was I? Shane Smith says, but a great cheap mech squonk for $20 is a huge squeezer. Comes with extra bottle and takes all 3 batteries. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think he was talking about the Pulse. Which honestly, the Pulse, I've never got to try the original Pulse. I just got to try the Pulse X, and a buddy of mine had the Pulse, or the Pulse 90 watt, I guess it was, and my buddy had the Pulse 80 watt. Okay, I see, PoonSauce. I apologize. I'll try to see if I could do you one better, brother. But yeah, the Pulse, the Pulse 90 watt, I got to try that. Wasn't really my cup of tea. But in all reality, it just turns into one of those things of it is what it is. So, you know how that goes. There you are. All right. Here's Mr. PoonSauce's channel. If you guys want to go check it out. What else? Where was I? Oh, the squeezer. Okay, that's the mod he was talking about. Sorry. I just realized that reading Ender's thingamabobber. Yeah, the Hugo Squeezer. Yeah, I never got to try that. I really feel like Hugo Mods used to make clones and then they just went into their own thing, which is kind of cool. You know, it's one of those things of seeing that weird natural progression in a company. So I remember Hugo Mods used to be like a thing. They used to make like clones of certain companies and things like that, and then out of nowhere they just started branding it for themselves, which is pretty cool. Let me see. The pecan from Adore is great, says the user abuser. Shane Smith also says he's been vaping Adore for 4 years, but never tried PS Passion. Yeah, and honestly, I would like to try a good pumpkin pie. Let me see. The last thing. I did not like the banana liquid until banana bondage. And her custards are my all-day vapes. Awesome stuff. Like I said, I got to try it out and see, but I just got to get around to it. As somebody that makes their own juice, it kind of makes it weird, like trying other things. And until like getting on the Ohmies and all that kind of thing, I really didn't like explore anything outside of what I was making personally. So it's been like a weird journey in all reality. Let me see. Where are we? Okay, so yeah, we said this guy. We said this guy. I brought back the recurve guy because this was like the only squonk I had available right now. And on top of that, I have the Citadel, which it's an awesome RDA, not gonna lie. I do have the review for that out there somewhere. And in that, I got Super Cereal. There's no label because I didn't label this. I was actually putting this together before the show because I was like, you know what? I want to vape some Super Cereal. It's been a minute. And that's off of my juice line. If you go to convapes.com, and if you're either in my group, the Clown Crew group, or the Vaping with the Ohmies group, there is a coupon code for what's it called? Mr. J's Vapor, Clown Coils, and also the Build Mats because I still have a couple of those available if you want a Vaping with the Ohmies vape mat. Let me see what else. Then we're gonna go with the Pulse. I got a Hussar or the Legacy RDA on top of that, and in that I got Transistors Karango. I don't know. It's been taking me a minute to get through that bottle. I thought I'd be done with it by now, but I'm still enjoying it. In all reality, it's a really good juice. It's like a mango caramel kind of thing, and you think it'd be weird, but it's fucking delicious, and I like it. And lastly, I'm going to go with this guy because I'm loving this whole setup. This is the Mr. Just Right Unicorn MDX mech. On top of that, I have the Goon 25 color changing DHD drip tip. I need to get like a matching button for that. I need a red button for that guy. And in that, I have a Rocket Blast from Grimyak Industries. They seriously did a really banging job with that whole setup right there. So delicious. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I would pick mine up and show you guys, but it's like sitting under my mic at the moment. So, or else I'd show it to you guys. Or, yeah, I don't think I can do it without making a ton of noise or a giant mess on my hands over here. I have like my graveyard of pod systems that like, I don't know. I've kind of put down the pod systems. I've like noticed that I'm not using them as much. So I'm just kind of like, what's the point of carrying them everywhere I go if I'm not going to be using them? Thank you, Raven Shadow Vapes, for the whole smash the thumbs up thing. I appreciate it so much. Oh yeah, dude. I DHD. I live that life. If you guys actually were to look at all my setups and all this stuff. I actually, on my stories a while back, I posted a picture of every drip tip I had up until that moment. And I was like, can you tell I like DHD? And I think I'm going at about 30 drip tips at the moment. I'm not sure. And it's like, do I really need that many? Probably not, but I have them all. I need to get more different colors. Mostly that's kind of like, I don't know. I am all about that matchy. Like, check this one out. This is my Warlock's Guardian, the blue edition with the axial, and that's a DHD drip tip, and it's just Like that whole matchy thing is just dead on point right there. Hello, Brian Enoch. How are you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing very well today. All right, so we're gonna. That was the what I've been vaping / tangent / shout outs moment and all that kind of situation. So we're gonna move on to some beer because I am excited to try some beer for you guys and open this bottle up, and we'll see how it goes. Normally this stuff kind of sits around for a little bit because I like buy in bulk and just have it ready for the show and things like that. I'm starting to run low, so I'm gonna have to go to the store and get some more. Alrighty, so let's do some beer time. Yeah, user abuser. That bat drip tip is awesome. Yeah, I think I already put that away. There's all that gold or whatever that one's called. Let me see if it'll focus on there. Yeah, look at that with that full brass Kennedy setup right there. It's really cool. I'm liking it. Yeah. Groovy. Awesome, man. That's always good to hear. All right, so beer. We have Ohm Gang Brewery Ohm Gang from Coppertone, New York. Cool. This is a bourbon barrel vanilla smoked porter. Smoked porter aged in bourbon barrels with Madagascar vanilla beans. It's a limited release, and this is from the 2019 edition, which obviously we're in 2019. It is a 8.9 ABV, and it suggests serve at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius. There's no more information on the bottle, so it is what it is. Let me see if I can find a description for you guys real quick here. Oh yeah, it's a nice roundhouse. Mr. Coil Image sold me that guy. He was like, I got a Kennedy up for sale, and he he was like, I have a Kennedy for sale, and I was the first one to contact him, and I was like, I'll take it. I want that. See, what's this beer called again? Gang. All right, let's see what we got. Yes, I am 21. Oh, cool. They make a Game of Thrones edition. Okay, let's see. From the beginning, this beer begged for barrel. Brewed with pale malt, 6 different specialty malts, fermented with our proprietary yeast, and then aged for 6 months in whiskey barrels with whole Madagascar vanilla beans. The beer pours a deep mahogany with a dense tan head. Aromas of bourbon, cocoa, and vanilla beans emerge from a smooth, rich body, leading to luscious, dry roast finish. All right, well, that's a thing. Okay, cool. User abuser says he has the engraved version of the fuck you engraved version of the roundhouse. Nice. It's awesome. That's one thing I like about vaping is just like the versatility of how we can get things to a point of something that we like, that we enjoy looking at aesthetically. It's not just one pissant looking thing. If you hit the hobbyist side of things, not gonna lie, that like as soon as I open it, that smell just punched me in the nose. So I am excited. But like I was saying, with vaping, I like how much versatility we have with things, and we can get different setups that we like, colors that we like, things that we're gonna enjoy staring at, or just even take pictures for Instagram and all that kind of situation. And it's not just one bland thing across the plane. Oh, look at that. That's a nice dark beer, which means I'm going to be a happy boy. You can smell that vanilla. The whiskey is like the vanilla and the whiskey are the first things that hit you right in the face. Not really picking up any of that cocoa that they mentioned in the description. Still smells delicious though. That's all I can really say. Sorry if I'm coming out a little quiet. I was a little too far from the mic. All right. So yeah, we're gonna go in for the taste and see how this goes. Oh, that is smooth. There's the cocoa. It's in the taste for sure. It's got like a nice cocoa, vanilla. You can taste all that. Like the whiskey is kind of like not as in front. It's there, but it's not like in your face like and I know it's not the same, but like in an imperial stout or something like that, where you just that taste is just full on whiskey with cocoa or coffee or what have you behind it. Abuser says his wife tells him he needs to take more pictures of his Death Wish mod than I do. Oh, my wife tells me I take more pictures of my Death Wish mods than I do of her. That's hilarious. Yeah. For a porter, that is a dark beer because at least the couple of porters I've had are more like a darkish copper. Not like that, but pretty damn close. Like it's got like that reddish hue when it comes to porters that I've tried in the past. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's like if I were to go through my phone and look at the pictures, it's mostly vape gear. Because I don't I do selfies for like my thumbnails and things like that because I have to. And even then, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing for thumbnails every damn day that I do all this stuff. But yeah, most of my pictures are that. There are some of my kids just because mostly they don't like being pictured anymore. They just kind of make weird faces at me every time I try to take a picture of them. And they're at that age because I have like a 14 and a 9-year-old and they just don't really appreciate me taking pictures of them. Even though they're being weird and goofy and they think I'm not paying attention, that's when I'm actually taking pictures or video because it's funny. Like as a parent, I feel that you have that right of taking footage of your kids and later in life embarrassing them. Hello, Connie fellows. How are you? We're trying beer. All right. I'm going to go with this guy. And this guy. I'm trying to think of what will work with this. Okay, since you guys already saw it, this was in the what I've been vaping. We're going to go with the Super Cereal and give this a try for a pairing and see how this goes. I re-inhaled. That was weird. Oh, that was delicious, though. Oh, yeah, for sure, Raven. Like bakery vapes, like porters and stouts, bakery vapes, coffee, obviously, anything chocolate. They tend to all go really well. With the Super Cereal, it wasn't terrible. Like it's just the beer is very smooth. That's like the thing I gotta like really mention about that. The beer is very smooth, so it doesn't like there's nothing really competing kind of situation. You know, normally when you do like a vape pairing, like again Imperials, like they tend to be very pungent from that whiskey taste. So there's a lot of things like a lot of flavors competing or things like that. Or I don't know if you guys saw that one of my vlogs I did. What was that? I can't remember. It was just like even the description said this is the sweetest beer you'll ever have, and literally it was the sweetest beer I ever had. Like I felt like I was gonna get diabetes just from drinking it. And I think I ended up 3 sips in, and I was like, no, not doing it. But and all the like juices I tried with it just made that sweetness even heavier. So it's one of those weird things. So yeah, Super Cereal. It's a really mellow cereal flavor, so it doesn't really like It just emphasizes the chocolate a little bit, but not really. Adds a little bit of creaminess, but that's it. Next, we're going to go with this guy. We have the Deep Cut Psycho Curler from Mr. Eric Vinyl and Vapor. We got that in the Dull Dime, Twisted Messes. And yeah, that's another DHD drip tip right there. That's a Trickster DHD drip tip. Dat Money Dough. All right, so let's give this one a try. See, that brought out more the chocolate. The vanilla kind of like sneaks up on you right behind it. Really lingers on the palate really nicely. Oh my god, that is so good. There you go. Yeah, like a heavy custard or something like that. I think that'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty dope. Okay, I'm doing this one because I like to punish myself every once in a while. But we're gonna try the Karango from Transistor and see if this pairs up. Because that mango, I think, is gonna throw it off really bad and make it like just really, really funky and weird. Yeah. Okay, like at first I was like, okay, that was good. That was good. Nope. Nope. Once the mango hit, it went weird and I don't like it. And I'm gonna get some water here to get that taste out of my mouth. What's up, Texas Cloud Town? How you doing, brother? That's another dude. Go check his channel out. Texas, if you're available to, drop a link to your channel. He does Weekend Wisdom. And now with Shane Oakley, as far as I know, they are teaming up. They're going to be doing that show together. And honestly, it's a bunch of advocacy talk, more like a life experience kind of thing, and just seeing where we're going. It's not just reviews. It's not like just weird randomness, kind of like what I do. But it's like a straight up, just like advocacy show. And we need more and more of that, you know? Yes, exactly, Raven. Fucking chocolate and mango. Yeah, I try to make sure I drink a lot of water if you can't tell. Oh, that helped quite a bit. All right, so we're going to move on to the last setup I have. I have the Dead Goat on top of my Titan box. And in that I have Turkish Maize from M-Turk. And I think that one's gonna go over very well. Very well. Oddly enough, that made the whiskey the predominant taste. Oddly enough, that was really weird. Like, I taste just mostly the whiskey. Like, it's got like a subtle chocolate, subtle vanilla. It's like way in the back. But yeah, that whiskey taste just kind of came out and punched me in the face. Just pretty good, pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm liking it. Tart raspberry, yeah, maybe. I do not have anything in front of me that's got raspberry or remotely raspberry. I know in this I have pitch black Mountain Dew. I got a dragon fruit gummy. Should I give that a try? Should I really punish myself like that? What's up, Mr. Vapor Swaggins? That's another dude. If you guys have not checked out his video series, would you look at that? Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I'll be honest. It's entertaining, and you get to look at awesome vape gear. I don't know. I'm going to torture myself just because you mentioned it, but we'll see. Okay, not gonna lie, that was very interesting. It reminded me of like what are those that chocolate candy that has like the cherry centers that are like all gooey. That's what it reminded me of. Like that kind of situation. Oh, he's been lurking. Mr. Swaggins has been lurking. Awesome stuff, bro. Did you see this guy? Mr. Swaggins probably knows what this guy is. Really liking it, man. It's a really, really good RDA. I've only had it for like 3-4 days, but I'm really, really digging the hell out of it. Sorry. I'm starting to get all burpy. I'm already halfway through the beer. All right, so let's get this train rolling. Yeah, the cherry cordials. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. It reminded me of that, like but with dragon fruit, which Again, I don't know what an actual IRL dragon fruit tastes like, because I've never had one, so I don't know. But yeah, it felt like the dragon fruit was covered in chocolate. It was really, really weird. It was good though. I liked it. It was really delicious. So I will say, Raven, awesome. Thank you so much for the suggestion. That made the world a difference. Exactly, Brian Enoch. Exactly. All right. So news and advocacy. Let's do this. All right. So news and advocacy. As I say it all the time, do something. Don't wait for somebody to do it for you. Honestly, in all reality, it's one of those weird things, like organizations like Not Blowing Smoke, Kazaa, what have you. They're amazing. They're great. But at the same time, you got to do you for you. I personally try to stay as close as I can to at least my local government, meaning like my city, my county, state. We're kind of not dealing with a whole lot. Like T21 is about it. I know with certain other things, we are kind of getting in trouble. This sort of thing, if you know what that is, we're kind of getting in trouble. They have actually, in like the closest airport to me, they have actually been arresting people, which that is messed up, man. I think that Texas is really weird. Like even this morning on a certain thing that is legal in Colorado, they said that the bill did not pass, that they were going to pass, they're going to legalize it here in the state of Texas, and it just fell flat on its face, because just we live in like the weirdest state possible. And I mean, J Texas Cloudtown knows, we have about one of the most liberal like state capitals. Austin is keep Austin weird is a thing. But then like the rest of the state's very conservative. It's very old school, and we have a lot of contradicting measures going back and forth and this and that. I mean, the larger cities tend to be a lot more either middle ground or liberal, or mixture of conservative liberal, and that's where like the middle ground kind of comes in. But so trying to make trying to make certain things happen tend to be a bit of a battle, whether you realize it or not. But even then, they still aren't so pushy about other things. So it's one of those weird things. Like one thing I learned when I was like 18 is that it's legal to sell a butterfly knife. It's legal to carry or to own a butterfly knife, but it's illegal to carry one. So you could buy them, sell them, but you can't have it on your person when you're walking around. It's like the weirdest thing possible to me. I never got that, never understood that. What's up, Addy Tooney? My brother. Yep, there it is. Royal College of Physicians report. Thank you so much, Addy Tooney. That is one thing I feel that we need to share around a lot more. But back to you need to do things for yourself. I mean, it's one of those things of it. It's fine and dandy to like do the calls to action and all that kind of thing. But at the same time, you know what? Do your own action. Be active. Be out there. I know, what's it called? User Abuser made the joke about the whole ammonia thing earlier. And yeah, it's still hilarious. I mean, it's ridiculous that woman actually got out in a public forum and spoke about how trickers put ammonia in their e-liquid for bigger clouds and a throatier hit, which in all reality, that just sounds uncomfortable to me. I don't know about you guys, but that just sounds stupidly uncomfortable. So why the fuck would we do that? And I've said it before, PG, VG, flavorings, nicotine, all of it by itself, FDA approved. And it's used in several different products like toothpaste, inhalers, the flavorings, they're food grade for the most part. I don't know if you know a sketch company that doesn't use food grade, that's on them. But like me, I make sure I try to like get the best products possible, because you know what? I'm not a dick like that. So it's one of those weird things. I live in a Mormon church-run state. More worried about keeping the bedroom community than expanding other things. You're in Utah? Please tell me if I got that one right. All right. So yeah. And it's one of those weird things of just, you actually have to do things for yourself. You can't just wait for the other guy to do it. And I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. I remember a couple weeks back, I think maybe a month ago or so, me and Nick Garrity were talking about just random things, and some things that are going on here in Texas, and some things he doesn't agree with, some things I kind of don't really know all the information about, so I can't make up an opinion, because there's a thing is called hearsay. There's another one of like, I don't know, in that kind of situation. And, he was telling me about this and that and things that have happened within our state and with certain advocacy groups and such things. And I'm all like, that's messed up. And I feel that, like, with all the bullshit that's going on around, it's insane. And I'm just talking just general at this point when it comes to politics and how things are run in this country. But like, we started a revolution over a 2% tax raise. I know there were a couple other things that, like, came from that and the reasonings for it. But at the same time, a 2% tax raise started a fucking revolution. And now we just kind of bend over and take it, and we don't do shit about anything. And it frustrates me, and it just pisses me off. And I just don't even know how to feel about it anymore, other than just frustrated. So yes, I did get it right. Raven is in Utah. Yeah, user, trust me, I'm pissed about that. I'm pissed about the other lady that came on that she was like, I'm not trying to tell you this and this and that, but we should push pills on people. And that really, like, only thing that went through my head was like, how much are they fucking paying her for this? I even put that in the comments in the live video. It's like, how much are they paying her for this? Because she just out of nowhere came out with push pills on people. They should give people pills. I'm like, okay, sure, Big Pharma. Oh, look, my wife is on. Miss Clownette, how are you? How's work going? Hopefully really, really well. Tuna says you're biased. Oh, man. So, yeah. Let's see. What do we have here? I do have some things pulled up, some articles and things like that, and ragey type topics. Let me see. Where did I put that chat? I'm gonna move the chat over here. Well, no, not there. Over here. That way I could still see what you guys are saying, but I could fully see my screen on this side. All right, so I know everybody knows about this, and it's been talked about, and it's one of those things that I just don't get. I'm just pissed and totally annoyed and just, what the hell, man. But yeah, the FDA has approved one of two applications submitted by Philip Morris concerning its IQOS heat not burn product. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And here's the thing. It's basically, what is it, VG or PG dipped cigarettes in a fucking battery? And even then, see, like when I used to just do the pre-recorded vlogs, this is the moment where I just do a cutoff and I just cuss off in the fucking corner over there, because I've done that a couple of times. And I actually watched the Vape Show from last night with Ken, Jared the Vaping Goat, and Michelle Lynn Dildime. And they were talking about it and all this kind of thing. And it's one of those weird things of, like, I've heard so many times that it'd be really hard to get the FDA to approve a new thing. It'll be really hard to get the FDA to approve a new thing because they haven't approved anything in for fucking ever, and yada fucking yeah. And it's one of those things of, if you got your hand deep enough in their pocket, they're gonna fucking approve it. And I'm just very frustrated and mad at this whole situation. Like, how the fuck does that happen? Yeah, it's still tobacco. Well, not even that. Like, it'd be something like, okay, like the whole Altria Juul thing. It's still big tobacco, but it is an actual vape product. It is harm reduction. But I don't know if you guys saw it last year when on Empire Vape Co. Chris, on his channel, he posted his I forgot. I don't know if it was Vape Jam UK from last year or UK Vape Show or some shit like that. I don't remember, but he posted, like, in his, like, travel vlog for that. In one portion, you get to see this lady literally get one of those IQOS sticks, put it in her mouth, put a lighter to it, light the son bitch, and actually fucking smoke it at the expo. So it's like, and even then, like, the whole system, the way it works is like you burn through it and then you gotta like remove whatever gunk is left in it. So what the fuck are they putting in that? What is going on with that? You know, and it's one of those things that they want to like claim 95% safer, but no, you're still a combustible cigarette. Go fuck yourself. I'm very sorry. I don't know. Let me see. What else does this article say? The U.S. FDA still hasn't made a decision on Philip Morris. Second application. The application seeks authorization to market the IQOS products as being less harmful alternative to traditional combustible cigarettes. Richmond, Virginia-based Altria will handle U.S. sales. Shares of the two companies rose on the news, climbing 1.5% for Philip Morris and 1.2% for Altria. And there you go, money. And that's like the thing is like, that's the thing. Money talks. Money fucking talks. And it gets really frustrating because the vape community as a whole, we are not big enough to take on that monster, the pharma monster, the government monster. We are not big enough for that. A lot of like the major companies are out of China. I don't think they care to deal with American politics in all reality. Even if they lose us, which we are their biggest part of their market, they still have Europe. They still have, you know, other parts of the world. I know like Japan, it's pretty much illegal. Australia is fighting to get the fuck rid of it. So those are markets that they might lose, but they still have Europe. They have the UK. They have other places where they can sell their products and not give a shit about us. They have Canada. They have Mexico. Mexico has a huge vape scene. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever, like, you probably haven't explored much into it. Like, I'm Hispanic, so I was kind of curious about what kind of reviewers are there in called. He just came out with something with Vandy Vape. It's like one of the newer Vandy Vape things that came out. He came out with an RDA, which is pretty cool for him because, hell, fuck, he deserves it. Dude's been around for a minute. So, you know, it's one of those weird things. There's La Nonos is somebody I follow. She's a Mexican vape reviewer, and she does like lives and things like that. And she even does what is it? Like expo. She actually tends to be like one of those people that like they have as the major promoter or like the major face of like Mexican vape expos. Like they're like promoting her hard that she's gonna be at there so people come to these shows, which is pretty cool for her. But like again, and Mexico has like a really weird like vape scene because they have like laws in place, but since Mexico is so out there, it's a free for all no matter what. They don't care about labeling, they don't care about this, but they do have laws in place as far as I know, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody's going to enforce it, you know? Nobody's actually going to try to go after a shop or a company or anything like that. So there are other expanding markets, you know? Yeah, dude. Mexico's a weird. Okay, I'll be honest. Like my first cigarette I ever had was at the age of 11 in Mexico because I was visiting family and me and my cousin were hanging out. He pulled out a pack. He asked me if I wanted one. I just went for it. Don't even know what the hell like really possessed me to do it, but I was like, okay, because I knew he'd give me shit if I said no, but at the same time I didn't care because we are actually like we're 3 days apart. Like I told Tony on Monday for Let's Talk DIY. We are 3 days apart, so we grew up together. Like from the age of 7 up, we grew up together. We would hang out and all that kind of shit. We shared birthdays, which kind of sucked because I didn't. After that point on until the age of 17, I didn't have my own birthday, and so I think that's why I learned not to give a shit about my birthday. I think that's where it starts from. I'm just having like weird like self moments over here, but so, you know, me and him hung out. We were very close. We got chased out of so many places. There was a dairy farm we used to go to get milk for my aunt. And one time we got chased out of it and we weren't really allowed to go back because we were spooking all the fucking cows and we were just chasing them down because it was hilarious. That's what you do when you're 10. And we even got pulled over in a car when we were like 11, 12 because my uncle had this piece of shit Datsun that you could just turn the ignition without the key and turn it on, and we just stole the car for a half hour, and we got pulled over, and our parents had to show up and everything. It was the weirdest shit ever. So Mexico, again, it's like the weirdest thing, because like they have laws, they have a government in place, but everything is a free-for-all in the end. Let me see, what do the comments say here? Fuck the IQOS, is still tobacco. I like how they named it IQOS, like it's smarter. IQ choice, get the fuck out. It happened because Philip Morris paid the FDA to pass the damn thing in IMO. Oh yeah, dude, I'm with you on that. Philip Morris has like 150 million research on that that fucking thing. We all knew it would fly right through. Let me see. Steve Kennedy don't have the cash to petition the FDA for yeah. Okay, and so back to my original point. Here in the US, companies are not big enough to really defend themselves. Like, I am a US based company. I don't like, I have coils, I have juice, but I don't sell enough to actually even try to make anything, honestly. And I'm still trying to push for that and make that kind of a thing, but because I want to live that M-Turk life to a point, where this is my actual job, not having to go to a 9 to 5, because I do have a job. I have an overnight job where I'm there from 10 to 6 every day, and it's killing me, and I'm getting too old for this shit, because I've been doing it since I was 21, 21, 22, and I am 32. I turned 33 this summer. So I've been doing this shit for quite a while, and I'm pretty much like done with what I do, and I would like to find a different career path, and I'm still working on it. I got a lot of prospects and things like that, but other companies, they do what they do, and they can only hold their own so much. If you actually talk to like industry members and things like that, a lot of them just do it. They make money off of it, but in the end they do it out of the passion, not because they're fully making money off of it. I feel like Me One kind of glorifies it a little bit. I like the Me Pod and I like their stuff, and they're awesome people, but like at times they seem a little too party-ish for my liking. I hope there's no backlash over that, but at the same time, it's one of those things of like, you need to push that advocacy thing a little bit more. Do more for your company, because in the end, here's the thing. As a company, you rely on these things to be available and legal and yada, yada, yada. And if all this goes away, you lose your livelihood, especially if you just solely rely on vaping as your livelihood. It's one of those weird things. Sip time. All right. So, yeah, rambling enough about the IQOS. I'm still very on fuck that thing. I don't care about it. Don't care to deal with it. Let me see. So yeah, what else? Tobacco 21 seems to be one of the bigger topics right now of talk. Everybody just wants to push that and wants to deal with that. So it's one of those weird things of like, I get the whole idea of helping children make better decisions for their lives and education, but in the end, kids are kids and they're gonna do dumb things, and no matter how much information we give them, no matter how much we teach them, in the end, ultimately, it's their choice. I mean, in 5th grade, I did DARE, which, again, I still believe that was a giant failure. But I did DARE, and they tried teaching us about, drug abuse and the dangers and yada, yada, yada. But in junior high, there was kids huffing inhalers. We had one guy die from that in the 8th grade. So if that really tells you that a lot of that doesn't really help, it's more parents need to be aware of what their kids are doing. And it's one of those things of like, especially at a certain age, your kids do get to this weird point where you talk to them like humans instead of just like lecturing them or badgering them about shit. Like my daughter, she's getting to that weird point where I could literally talk to her and she actually understands, or at least gives me the inkling that she understands. And it's one of those weird things. But at the same time, the government wants to push all this stuff on us and tell us how to raise our kids. But at no point do they actually like give like, suggestions on how to raise your kids instead of just telling you how to raise your kids. I will say, like, yesterday I saw this post for this one thing for certain drug use, and it was really baffling. I don't remember. I think it was somewhere in California that they were like putting out this. It's like a little baggie, comes with a spoon, a plastic razor blade. You know where I'm heading with this. And what's it called? A lot of the comments on the posts that they have done, what they said was like, at any point are you actually trying to help people find help? You got all these suggestions on how to do all these terrible things to yourself, but are you suggesting help? And it's one of those things, is like, education isn't something we want to push anymore. We just want to tell people how to live their lives, and that just makes no sense to me. That just has not made sense forever. Let me see. Addy Tooney says, tough for truth and science to prevail when groups like Bloomberg dump 150 million to opinion influence to create the epidemic hype. So scary how numbers got interpolated. Sorry, my reading skills are horrible. To the point where soccer moms across the country contacted their reps, perfectly coordinating with the big pharma lobbyists to get bills written in nearly every state. Tobacco 21 is kind of always inevitable. Sadly, politicians need to save the kids' wedge issue to win elections with video games, death metal, etc. Nerf the world for the kids. Hey, death metal. There's nothing wrong with death metal. Cannibal Corpse. As I have a Cannibal Corpse shirt on. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, that's like one thing that annoys me is like a lot of parents, at least in my generation, I can't speak for previous generations, because in my parents' generation, I grew up with any like adult supervision that was around us. We're very single-minded with my parents, and they were ridiculously strict, and they did not fuck around. Like, seriously, even to this day, I am a 32-year-old man that when I go to my parents' house, I have to cover up my tattoos, and I got to cover up my piercings, because they don't want any of that shit in their fucking house. And they raised me to be respectful. So it turns into one of the weird things of like, I hate it and it pisses me off, but it is one of those things. Praise the goat. That goat right there. Praise that goat. But then there's a lot of parents that would rather have the world raise their children for them, and they go off and fuck off and do whatever the fuck they want. And a tablet raises their kids. Hey, if you put your kid in front of a tablet, whatever, that's your prerogative, not mine. It feels like judgment, and it kind of is judgment, but at the same time, if that's how you want to raise your kids, fine, fuck it. But at the same time, don't get mad when they turn out like shit, because you weren't there enough to like even guide them slightly, be like, hey, come this way, go this way, my kids, when they're like around me, they know better, they know how to behave, they know this and that. I know around the age of like 11, right around when like my daughter got in junior high or middle school, whatever you want to fucking call it. Her mother texted me about how she was cussing and this and that, and she was blaming me for it and yada, 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 whatever. And I actually sat down with my daughter and told her, hey, here's the deal. You're going to cuss. I know that. I'm not going to fucking kid myself. I'm not going to bullshit myself, because you hear the way I talk, and you've been around enough adults that talk like this that you're going to know how to use some of these words by this point in your life. If you don't, I'd be shocked. But here's the deal. You need to know when to use them. If you're with your friends, whatever, fuck it. I don't care. But if you're around like adults like me, your mother, teachers, your grandmother, you don't fucking use that language. You actually talk with respect. And I've heard her slip up once, and it was like a really good fuck moment. Like, she went, oh fuck. That was perfectly fine. But even then, like, she even caught herself, corrected herself, and all that kind of situation. But I actually sat down and had that talk with her. I didn't just wait for somebody else to fucking tell me how to raise my kids. With vaping, she knows I vape. I talk to them. I've even taught them about battery safety, because I do not fuck around. And I've asked her a couple of times, hey, are there any kids using Juuls in your school? Da, da, da. She's like, yeah, I've seen them. I was like, and I just tell her, just remember, just because they're doing it doesn't mean you have to. And if they don't want to be your friend because of something stupid like that, it's not worth your time. And she's like the weirdest type of person, because she's like, she likes to be part of the pack, but she leads from the middle of the pack, if that makes any sense. So I know she has her head on straight when it comes to this kind of thing. And even like when she was in the 4th grade or something like that, 3rd grade, she looked at me, and this is when I was still like smoking. Was I still smoking? Yeah, I think I was still smoking. She asked me, she was like, Daddy, my teacher said that smoking is a drug and it's bad for you. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, what of it? And she's all like, so why do you and mommy do it? I was like, because we made a lot of bad decisions in our lives, and I hope you guys don't repeat them. And she was very shocked by my answer. I think she didn't think I was going to give her that answer, but that I am at times. Maybe I'm a little too blunt with my children, but that's just the kind of person I am, I can't stand. Yeah, the whole looking at your phones bullshit. Yeah, I do, fucker. Enders, I talk to my children. I know you do too. I know what kind of person you are. I know. All right. Well, I've been ranting for about a half an hour now. Honestly, I like to keep the vlog at 45 minutes, but I feel like I'm getting better at this whole talking thing. So yeah, I could keep going and going for a lot longer than I used to, which it's very. I'm proud of myself in that sense. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty, so I'm gonna call it here. As always, representatives, email them, text them. Addy Tooney, if you please can. I think you had that list last time. If not, I will try to post it in the description for my video later on. I know Swaggins posted it on the Ohmies, not this past week, but the week before that. There's a way to get a hold of your representatives. Call them, email them. Twitter is a good one. Apparently they love doing that shit. Yeah, communication is very important in any type of relationship that you care about. Information is very conversation is very important. I mean, me and my wife, most of you guys know her, have met her and things like that, and you know who she is, but like me and her talk about everything and anything. I mean, for the most part, we talk way too much, probably, at least according to some people, but that's the kind of couple we are, because we like to be in tune with where we're at. Same goes for your children. Be in tune with where they're at. I mean, to me, like, my parents never really made it safe enough for me to talk to them about things. And my teenage years were not the easiest. And if it weren't for just a couple of factors, I probably wouldn't be here today, if that lets you know where I was at as a teenager. And it was because I couldn't talk to them. And they were the closest thing to a person I could talk to. And they just made it to where I didn't feel safe around them, because they are very old school, very old world. My father is very, you're a man. What the fuck you have between your legs? So it's a very boys don't cry and that type of situation. So I wasn't allowed to have emotions growing up. And so it's one of those weird things of like being able to talk to your kids, like actually communicate. So yeah, Addy Tooney posted that link. You guys can literally go to that and you could type in your zip code or what have you, and it'll take you right to your elected official, and you could DM, like email them, call them, whatever. It'll give you their name, and you could probably look them up on Twitter and try to like message them through that. Just try to do something, you don't have to do everything, but you have to do something. It's like the best advice ever. I feel we do have to try to get the non-hobbyist crowd on board with us. I push for non-smokers, non-vapors, but at the same time, I think non-hobbyist is something that we need to work on a lot more. Because vapors, there's a lot of us, but the hobbyist crowd is still a small group within vaping. And the non-hobbyists, the ones that just go into shops and pick up their smock coils and their all-day vape juice, they're the ones they're that market that we're kind of missing out on when it comes to advocacy. They're that part of the market that we need to bring in with us and let them know, hey, this is what's going on. If you guys really care about vaping, we need you guys here. I'm almost done, woman. So yeah, as always, clownvapes.com, Clown Crew on Facebook, Vaping with the Ohmies on Facebook. Check out the Vaping with the Ohmies channel starting this coming Monday. We are doing that on there now. We're not doing the whole back and forth thing anymore. So yeah, and Wolfbite Radio show on Vape Radio Saturdays at noon, Sundays at 9 p.m. Both CST. Adjust for your time accordingly. And then what else do we have? I got the Wolfbite show on my channel on Thursdays now, and then on SoundCloud. So yeah, lots of fun stuff, lots of things to do. Go check out all the other guys' channels via Vapor Swaggins, PoonSauce Mcnasty, and of course Frames Janklin. Dude, he just posted a review or show and tell earlier for a mod. If you guys want to go check it out. Who's got 100 sub giveaway? Who's got 100 sub giveaway, Mr. J, Texas Cloudtown? Oh yeah, my wife deals with this every day. She lives in it. She knows how long-winded I can get. She's actually had to stop me before on things I talk about, and she's like, "You're getting a little long-winded." All right, well, I don't know who's doing the 100 sub giveaway, but I'm guessing it's Jay, so go check him out. Go check out his channel. Brother, if you can, drop a link to your channel real quick. Oh, yeah, the Ohmies. Yeah, we do have the Ohmies 100 sub giveaway. Damn, I forgot about that. I'm fucking up on my own job. Awesome. I'm getting a little bit of Danitis over here because he forgets to promote all his stuff all the time. But yeah, 100. Once we hit 100 subs, you get 2 bottles of IVC e-liquid. I think it was 2 bottles. And if you were to win one of those bottle a day things, hey, 3 bottles. Look at that. All right. So, alrighty. Bye, everybody. I forgot to do the whole cloud thing.